work with.
Mm-hmm.
So as a artist and I guess like a lead over a band, so what are like the biggest red flags you dealt with just like as a higher end bringing in a musician or drummer that you know that's a no?
Learning to value what other artists think is a good fit for you.
Okay.
It's like, oh man, yeah, you need to hire so and so, and that's like, no, that's not always the case.
Yeah.
So taking somebody's word, but players who know how to complement each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking for any solo acts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for somebody who can make the collective
Okay.
sound good. And I've run into a couple of those guys where it's like, oh, it's all about me, and they always overplay, and it's like there's no room for you on my playground.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. I definitely agree, because a lot of times what'll happen is so it is cool to get recommendations from your fellow band members and stuff like that.
Right.
But then a lot of times you'll get somebody, you'll get that recommendation only because they cool, only because they friends, not necessarily because the talent.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And then, like you said, it's important. Like there are some people who aren't as versatile in their instrument. So you might have that cat that's cool with this particular genre, but then don't really know how to move around in another one.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like he might have killed. And I've made that, like hiring people. I've made that mistake before. I went on and I saw this person killing this one genre, and I'm like, yo, yeah, they'll be super. Perfect example. Had a cat, dope blues player. You know what I'm saying? Blues, you know, and that's why I saw him from blues all day, every day.
Right.
Killing them. And, you know, in my mind, it's like, okay, if you know what you're doing, it shouldn't be that hard to translate blues to funk. It shouldn't be that hard. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like the thing that separates the genres is the feel.
Right.
How, you know, just how things feel. Even if the time signature is 4/4, they should still feel how they're supposed to feel in their, you know, respective genres, right?
Exactly right.
You know what I'm saying? So dude killing in the blues scene, and then, you know, hired him for a gig, and he just wasn't doing it with the funk music. You know what I'm saying? He just wasn't doing it. So I understand completely, man, what you're saying, and I agree 100%.
And if I could piggyback off of that to say something else, is that also I like if I'm going to get someone to back me up and they can't make the gig, I don't need you to feel that higher. I want you to let me know you can't make it, and I will replace.
That's how it should be.
Because I don't need to get to the gig and you're not there, and you have had somebody else fill your shoes that may or may not know my set list.
Right.
Because then that puts me in a compromising position. Because it's like, well, my reputation is riding on it, you know, at this particular venue. And if we muddy up the water, they ain't going to want me back.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, but some musicians have a bad habit of going and say, hey, man, you know what? I couldn't make it, so I called so-and-so to replace me.
Yeah.
No, what you should have done was pick up the phone and call me.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me know you couldn't be there, and I'll find a substitute.
Right.
I understand, you know, in a short amount of time why somebody might do that, but like when you've got ample time, don't step on whoever the leader is.
Exactly.
It's like if you leading the ship, and you say, hey man, CT, I need you to come in and sing some vocals with us, and at the last second I go, man, sorry man, I can't make it, but I got so and so. That's me on me, you know. That's to me, I'm disrespecting you,
Right.
Yeah.
as the band leader.
I agree 100%.
Because I should have said, hey, Lou, I'm sorry, man, I can't make this gig.
Yeah.
So you need to find someone else.
Now but then, you know, you can still offer that recommendation.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? You can still say, hey man, like if you can't find somebody, I got somebody who can do it. But but end all be all, you leave that up to the person who's in charge.
Exactly right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because that the company that I work with, they do like top 40 stuff, and their policy is, and it's different for everybody. But their policy is if you can't make it, they put it on you to get the sub, and then you still gotta. But the sub you gotta make sure they have top 40 playing experience.
Right, exactly.
Because there have been situations where there was a sub and they didn't know nothing. It was like a rough night. I've had that.
Yeah.
So let me with that situation, like, do they have to choose within the pool of people who's already inside of that company, or can they just call anybody?
So if they call anybody and let's say I'm a drummer.
Okay.
And I call you to sub in, but you're not in the company. But I tell them this guy is solid. He can play whatever. So what they will usually do, because they don't know you or they don't know of you, they'll probably the guy that handles everything will probably contact you, and he may try to find a video of some sort of you playing or something, and then they'll go from there.
Okay.
But but as long as you have the experience of being able to play the repertoire of music, you'll be good. But there are also been there are situations where I had to find a sub, and one of the subs that I got, he used to play with the company, and he like, well, you could check. He said, I'll sub in for you, but you may have to contact such and such, because him and the lead, I guess they had some issues that got into it.
Wow.
So like when I told when I told the lead who it was, he said, "No, you gotta get somebody." and then after I told him, the dude like called me. Cause like I didn't even know dude.
Yeah.
I was just trying to find a sub. Dude called me, he said, "Man, F so and so." Dude just went in.
That's hilarious.
Okay, well, that's that.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Relationships are important, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about who